Good evening, believers. How are you doing today? This is Love Coach Dasha coming to you today for the Healing Hour Live. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. I hope that you had a happy St. Patrick's Day. I am wearing my green to celebrate a little bit. Okay, I don't know what that is. Stuff is coming up on my screen on. Oh, it's new instructions and whatnot, face filters and all that stuff on my live. I was like, what the heck is that? Okay, got that. Done. All right. Hi, y'all. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Besides being St. Patrick's Day, it's also little March Madness going on. And so you will probably hear my husband from time to time yell out in the other room because he's a basketball fanatic. So just so you know, I do not have him tied up somewhere. He is just enjoying the game. All right, let's see. Let me make sure I can see everything. See everything. I love it. Beautiful. So, how are y'all doing today? Let me tell you, if you're here with me, I'm Love Coach Dasha, and I am here to talk to you about getting on the healing path after the trauma of infidelity. You've been cheated on. You've been cheated on by somebody that you love and you want to be with. And that's a very, very difficult situation to be in because everybody will tell you, no, you should just leave. You shouldn't try and be with them. You're being a doormat. You're teaching them how to treat you, all of the things, right? They all say the same stuff, but you still want to be with the person that you love. And I am here for that. I am all the way here for you on that particular thing. You can absolutely be with the person that you love, even if they have cheated. It is a thing that you actually can get over and get by as a couple and have a happy, loving, trusting, wonderful relationship again. I know because I have done it myself. I know for sure that I have done the whole healing of infidelity. Hey, Beth. Hi there. Beth's joining me on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, whatever, say hi. Let me know you're here. But you can absolutely get past this. This is not something that is going to have you stuck forever. I know a lot of people will tell you that a lot of the healing is going to come from what they can do to show you that they can trust you after this infidelity has happened. But a lot of the things that you're going to do to be able to heal are things that you can do, not really anything that they're going to do. It is things that you can do to start moving down that healing path. And that's what we're going to talk about today. That's what we talk about every week, every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram, my Love Coach Dasha page on Instagram, my Love Coach Dasha channel on YouTube, and my Love Coach or my Love After Cheating group in Facebook. Hi, Tina. Hi. Glad that you're here. Hello. All right. Let me see. Everything's going slow. How do you join? I kept going out of the group and re-entering it, and it finally appeared. I don't know what that is. Hold on. Let me see. Let me invite you. Let me see if that'll work. Because I've been having that problem. And if you can't get me, you can't figure it out, you can always go to Instagram or go to YouTube as last resort. But I'll be able to see the things that you post. But I don't know why. I don't know why that gives you such a hard time on Facebook now. I don't know. I'm gonna send an invitation. See if I can't try to get everybody in. I don't know why that does that. All right. Try this link to the event. All right, let's see if that'll work. All right, Shelby. Hey, Shelby. I'm glad that you're here. You're trying to get in. I don't know what's going on with that. And Tina, you said you're here with me, right? You with me on this, Tina? Because I don't know why it does that. It's giving us a hard time, but that's okay. That's all right. Come on in. Come on. Come join. Hey, Lori. Happy Healing Hour Live. Happy healing to you too, Lori. Hello. Shelby, she's in. Yes. All right. That works. All right. Because I send out the if you're on my email list, I send out the invitation to the event in my email. But if you're not on my email list, email me, Dasha, DASHA at loveworthkeeping.com. Send me your email and send me your first name, and I'll get you on my list, and then I'll just send you out the link to it, okay? So if you're having a hard time, get on my email list and I'll just email it to you. You can go right directly to the event in the group. All right. Glad we're here. Hello. Hello. All right. So that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about how to get on the healing path, how to get past this issue with infidelity. It seems like it's just super big. It's not something that you are able to get by on your own. I am here to guide you with that. I am here to help you figure out exactly how to get there and get to a place where you are feeling like you are trusting, you are happy, you are loving, things are going well in the relationship again. It absolutely can happen. It does not even require as much intervention on their part as you think it does. It is mostly stuff that you can do to help yourself. So, I want you to feel empowered. I want you to be doing stuff that makes you feel good and gets your trust back. All right. So, speaking of getting your trust back, come on in. Come and do the Trust Issues Challenge with me. It's in my link tree on Instagram. It is in the Love After Cheating group right at the top. Hit the picture at the top. It says Trust Issues Challenge. It's coming up, y'all. It's coming. We are going to start on April 4th, and we are going to spend the entire week just working on the trust issues, just working on taking steps every single solitary day to get you familiar with trusting again. You know, it's scary to do it on your own, but if we're all together doing it, guess what? It's not so scary. So come on, join me for the Trust Issues Challenge. I need everybody to sign up. I think this would be so much fun, and it's always so much better when there's more and more people. Like the first time I did it, I had like maybe 2 people, and then, you know, as it grew, it's much more fun to do with other people. So come join me for that. You know, join me for everything. Join me on Instagram, like, follow, subscribe, all of the things. Come join me and get on this healing path with me. You can absolutely do this. You do not have to be stuck anymore. Feeling like you're kind of half in and out of the relationship, like you can't quite move forward, like you don't know how to do it. You do not have to feel like that anymore. I got you. I am here for you. All right. All right. Shelby, I'm glad you're here. Lori, I'm glad you're here. Beth is here. Who else is here? Say hey. Say hey to me. Give me some likes. Give me some love. Give me some hellos so I know where you are. All right. So we're going to start how we always start off. These are the 2 things that I'm always going to tell you to do, no matter what is going on. If you hit me up and you're like, I am freaking out, I'm having trouble, what do I need to do? The first 2 things I'm going to tell you to do are journal and deep breathe. Those are the 2 things I'm going to do. I'm probably going to tell you deep breathe first, and then journal, and then deep breathe again. That's what I'm going to tell you to do. But those 2 things are important because they are things that you can control. You can actually put into action to start to affect the way that your brain is working right now. After a trauma, and this was a trauma, after a trauma, your brain operates a little bit differently. It starts to look at things and think of things as fearful, things that could hurt you, things that will break your heart. There's a part of your brain that's called the amygdala. It's itty bitty. It's only about the size of a grape, but guess what? It controls that worst case scenario thing you got going on in your head. The voices that tell you, oh, this bad thing could happen. He could be out cheating on you right now. He may never have loved you at all. That part of your head, all right, we need to get control over that. All right. That part of your brain is an overdrive when you have been in a trauma. And so it continuously feeds you the worst possible thing that could happen. And more than likely, the worst possible thing that could happen is not going to happen. You've got to get in control of that part of your brain, always telling you that so that it will calm down and start to act normally again. And that's where the deep breathing and the journaling is going to start you off. Those are two very basic things to start to get back in control of your own brain. All right. So the deep breathing, we do 4-7-8 deep breathing. Now you can pick whatever you want. Lori said the deep breathing is so good. It's so good when you do it, right? When you actually like do it on a regular basis, it feels so good, calms you, centers you. I had really bad anxiety for a very long time, and I found out about deep breathing techniques, and I started to utilize those even when I didn't have any other skills for my anxiety. I had that, and that would work. It bring it down. We need to get it from way up here down to a manageable level. So we need to be doing that deep breathing consistently. Hey, Tina. Hi, I see you. Hey, girl. All right, we need to be doing that consistently, bringing that level down every day, pushing it down a little further, getting it down to a manageable level so that we can get a grip on it. If it's way above our heads, if it's huge, then we can't get a grip on it. We can't calm ourselves down. So the deep breathing is always the very first thing that I want you to do is just focus on your breathing into your lungs and releasing it out of your lungs. That is the most present, the most grounded that you can be, is paying attention to your breath, because your breath is constant. You will never stop breathing, okay? If anything is distracting you, if anything is stressing you, you can always come back to your breath in and your breath out, okay? You can always come back to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 4-7-8 breathing. What we do is we blow out, and try and deflate your lungs completely, because when you're tight and when you're tense, you start to kind of sip the air, and then you kind of hold your breath, and then you have all of this excess carbon dioxide that is building up in your system. So what we need to do is blow all of that out and get our lungs nice and ready for a nice fresh breath of oxygen. Hold that in for a couple of seconds so that our bodies can actually use those molecules of oxygen. If you just breathe it in and blow it right back out, your body doesn't have a chance to use it. And then we're going to blow out again. All right. Blow like you're blowing out birthday candles, like you're 100 years old and you're trying to blow out the entire cake with just one breath so that you get your wish. Okay. All right. So we're going to do our deep breathing. Diamond, come on over here and do the deep breathing with me. Tell Diamond, come on to the live. All right, so we're going to do the deep breathing together. We are going to breathe, blow out, inhale through your nose for a count of 4, hold that breath for a count of 7, and then we're going to blow out again like we're blowing out birthday candles for a count of 8. It is a little tricky when you first start off, especially if you smoke or you haven't been conditioning your lungs very well. It is a little difficult, okay? But second or third time, you'll have it. You'll have it down pat. And it is in my YouTube channel. Also, there is a video. It says start here and breathe. That will tell you exactly how to walk through it. So if you ever need it, just go on over to my YouTube page and I got you. It's right there. All right. So we're going to do our breathing. Get ready. Going to blow out. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. How do you feel when you do that? Hey there, Felicia. I saw you, but I was counting. And if I said hi, I was messing up my counting. But I'm so glad that you're here and glad that you made it. Hello, hello. How are you doing? All right. You made it. I'm so glad that you made it. Did you get your homework done? Better get your homework done. But I'm glad that you're here anyway. All right. Fabulous, fabulous. All right. How do you feel when you're doing the deep breathing? Lori said the breathing is so good. It's so good when you're doing it on a consistent basis. Now you got to be doing it consistently. If you are not doing it on a regular basis, then you're letting that anxiety level creep up on you, and so it's harder to get it back down. Okay, Lori, you said you got a gold star for deep breathing. All right, that's what I'm talking about. We were talking about doing gold stars in your journal when you do something good. Give yourself a gold star. You deserve a gold star. We're going to talk about the journal in a second. But the breathing is supposed to calm you. It's supposed to center you. It's supposed to bring you back to yourself. You are using the part of your brain that is used for arithmetic and counting instead of the part of your brain that is used for freaking the hell out. All right. So we need to activate that part instead. Felicia said, I get to it tomorrow, and breathing helps a lot. It does. It helps so much. Get that homework done though. But yes, it does help a tremendous amount to just calm yourself, center yourself, come back to your body, and not be so stuck in your head. Because that's what a lot of what happens when you are stressed out, when you are anxious about this. You get into your head and you're not paying attention to your body. You're not paying attention to the present moment. You are stuck in the past somewhere. You got to bring yourself back to the here and now in order to be able to get past this. All right. So, gold star for the deep breathing for you all today. But I want you to do this 5 times a day. I need you to be on that. Let me say it again. 5 times a day. That is so that you are constantly working on it, so that when your anxiety spikes, it is not spiking so high that you can't get control of it. It is only spiking to a little bit higher than where you actually are on a regular basis. Okay, does that make sense? We need to be working on that. Diamond, you got here. Hey there. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you're here with us. You're going out tonight. I know you don't believe me, but I talked to him and he said you're going out. He said, I'm not going to tell you where you're going, but he is going to come get you, and you are going to hang out tonight and you're going to have fun. So just focus. Remember what I told you about? Focus on that. All right. All right. So we did a deep breathing. Now we need to do our journaling, right? I need you to work with your journal every day, okay? I know it is troublesome. I know that you forget. I know that it doesn't seem that important. But if you are working with your journal every single day, you are also giving yourself some self-care time. That's the first thing. You are taking a few moments to focus on yourself, to focus on your own thoughts, to write them down, to take inventory and say that you are important. Okay, that's the first thing. All right, Diamond, you with me? Okay, all right, good. I'm glad you're with me. I'm trying to tell you, you're going out. You're gonna have some fun. All right, but you need to be doing your journaling at least like once in the morning, once at night when you first wake up. Has everybody been doing their journaling? Everybody that's here with me right now, I got a lot of folks here with me. Tell me, have you been doing your journaling? And be honest. Because it really does help you when you're actually doing it. If you're not doing it on a regular basis, it's not as helpful. So I want to be knowing that you're doing your deep breathing and your journaling, because those are important things. You need to be doing that. The journaling is also going to help you keep record of things, so that if you take things down just as they happen, not as you're like interpreting them to be, but like try and remember exact words and write down phrases and quotes and things like that, you can actually remember when there are good times and when there are bad times. You think that everything is bad right now while you're going through this trauma. You always feel like everything is bad. But if you write down in your journal when the good things happen and when the bad things happen, your brain cannot fool you later on. That anxiety reaction cannot say, oh, everything is terrible with our lives, nothing is good. It cannot say that, because you have written evidence that, hey, I had a good day. Hey, I had a gold star day this day. So it hasn't been all bad. And hey, I was getting gold stars all this week. Things were going well all this week. I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So It will give you evidence. And I know that you feel like your brain is working at tip top shape right now. You feel like you remember everything, but I promise you, you do not. When you are under stress, when you are under trauma, your memory is shot. Okay. It does not work the way you think it does. You will make up things and believe that they are memories and they are not. So when you are writing things down as they're happening, as they're actually going on, you can check yourself against reality. You're like, wait. I didn't write that down before. That's not how I was feeling before. That's not what I was thinking before. And so you have something to actually like look at and you can tell. Wakanda B, hi, I'm glad you're here with me on Instagram. Hello, Beth. You said you're backsliding on your journaling. That's okay. Just get back on it. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. Take that me time. Take that self-care time. You deserve that. Felicia, you say you do recordings because you have carpal tunnel. I totally get that. That makes sense. There's something kind of cathartic about like the writing of it, but if you got issues with your wrist, then it's a little difficult to do that. I told you, totally feel you on that. He said, so very true. I always forget when I'm upset. Yeah. It erases stuff from your memory when you're upset. So it's best to have that journal. You can write it down and you can remember to be positive. Lori said, only been journaling once a day. Okay, but I love journaling more about gratitude. It helps me stay positive. Exactly. That's why it's Thursday. We're talking about good stuff. We were talking about the things that make you happy and remind you that there is goodness in the world and not just this pain. You need to be working on that. That's an excellent point, Lori. Diamond, you said journaling has been my mouth and not right. Well, see that you kind of trailed off a little bit and that leads you the wrong way. So don't let it be your mouth. Write it down, okay? Write it down. If you don't have any problems with writing, you go ahead and write that down and don't say everything that comes to your brain because everything that comes to your brain is not a good thing to say. I promise you it's not. All right. So, a couple things that you need to write in your journal when you're doing this. You need to do the date, you need to do the time, you need to do your level of anxiety. Your level of anxiety goes from 0 to 10. 0 is no anxiety at all. You are fine. Everything is beautiful. All is right with the world. And then a 10 is I want to rip my hair out, tear my clothes off, run screaming down the street naked. That's a 10. Okay. It's a loss of control. So more than likely, if you're sitting at your desk and you have your journal open and you have your pen in hand, chances are you're not at a 10. Isn't that good to know? It's good to know that it's not as bad as you think it is sometimes, but the highest it can get is a 10. That is the worst it could possibly be. That's the worst you could possibly feel. And that puts a fence around those feelings. Those feelings cannot get to be a big old monster that's about to eat you because it fits in this corral of 0 to 10. It can't be no worse than that. It can't be some big, huge, scary monster trying to eat me. Can't do that. It has to be small enough for you to manage. All right. LaQuisha, hey, girl, hi. You joining me live. You said you think you need to start back. Yes, you always need a journal. Get yourself a lovely journal. And, doesn't matter. Look, that's a lovely one's got zipper on it. This one's itty bitty. This one is Lilo and Stitch. Whatever. It does not matter what kind of journal you use. It does not matter at all. It doesn't matter what kind of pen you use. It's just the action of taking that time for yourself, taking that 5 minutes in the morning, taking that 5 minutes in the evening, saying, I am important enough for this. I'm important enough to sit down and journal about myself for a few minutes. Why can't I be that important? Taking that back is some control over your life. You'll feel good about it. And you have evidence of how you were actually feeling, what was actually going on in your world on that day. And then it's hard to forget then. It's easy to just go back and be like, oh, well, how was I feeling last week? Flip that back. Like, oh, yeah, that's how I was feeling. All right. So you need to be doing your journaling. And like Lori said, you need to be being grateful. That is a practice that is going to serve you well as you are trying to heal from trauma. You need that. You need that goodness in your life. Besides what your brain is telling you, your brain is telling you everything is bad, all is horrible, run. That's what it's saying. But that's not really the reality. Reality is your life is actually not as bad as you think it is. There are so many more things that could be going wrong in your life right now Just because you have this trauma does not mean that your whole life is a mess. So you need to be being grateful. And that is why we do Thirsty Thursday. Do we have any Thirsty Thursday people? Tell me, y'all. Tell me. Let's see. Oh, Lori said she missed our coaching call last night. We did the Recovery and Reconciliation program meets on Wednesdays. She missed out, but she missed out for a good reason because she got to go out for a bite to eat with her hubby. So I am all for that. You can always miss me if you got a date. Okay, I am always for that. I will pat you on the back, support you, tell you to watch the replay as long as you get to go out and be with your honey and have a little bit of fun. So I hope that you had fun on your date last night, Lori. I know that's right. That's a beautiful thing. Lori's the only one that posted anything for Thirsty Thursday, but I can tell you good stuff all the way around because I always want you all to tell me good stuff. So Self-Care Saturday, back on Saturday, Peggy said she said this is gonna sound strange because this was her self-care, but she said, but I'm defrosting my upright freezer. She said it needed to be done and I'll be refreshed and recharged once that task is complete. And I hope that you do feel better about that, Peggy. Whatever it is that's self-care that you can be grateful that you were able to accomplish, all of those things are good things to hold on to during your day-to-day life as you're trying to heal from this. Lori, you said it snowed a little this morning and my husband is working, taking the quiet time for me and just chilling and getting caught up on my housewife shows. I know that's right. That is a good thing to be happy and grateful for, is a little bit of self-care time, a little bit of time to just be you, veg out a little bit, watch your shows, be happy. I was so happy I got to watch The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel was on Prime, and I was super happy I got to watch that. And I watched it in like 3 different installments, or watched like 2 shows. And I was so happy to be able to sit down and be able to watch the show because I've been missing it, and it was fun and it was funny, and I just did that for myself. So Alicia said your self-care is body waxing. I know that's right. You say my boyfriend likes that too. I know that's right. He's enjoying all of that smoothness. I know that's right. But you got to take care of yourself. You need to be thankful for things. And a lot of the time, if you will practice your self-care, that is something for you to be grateful for. That is something for you to say, hey, my life is not that bad. I got this beautiful self-care going on. I am capable of getting waxed because I'm scared to death of the wax, girl. I can't do it. Not my eyebrows, not nothing. I don't do any of that stuff because it freaks me out and it hurts. But I totally feel you if you're with it and that's your self-care and it makes you feel good. Fabulous. All right. Go ahead and go for it. All right. Let's see what else. Oh, before I forget, let me say this to you tomorrow, and you may not realize it right now, but let me ask you this. Are you feeling a little emotional today? This has been a day. Today. I have had several people be a little emotional. Are you feeling a little bit emotional? Give me some likes if you have been a little emotional today and you're like, damn, where did that kind of come from? Okay, I'll tell you where it comes from. And it sounds a little woo-woo, but that's okay because it's still the truth. It is coming from the full moon, okay? Tomorrow is the full moon. If you're feeling all emotional, you feel like you are just being pulled by something. You're like, why is it that I feel so bad? Why am I crying? Why am I emotional? Why am I arguing over stupid shit? The full moon is tomorrow. I promise you it affects all behavior. People think that that's just one of those like myths that, oh no, the full moon doesn't affect your behavior. Oh hell yes it does. I told you I was a nurse for a very long time. The full moon, there's going to be more babies born, there's going to be more emotional stuff going on, more people are going to get shot. Lots of things happen on the full moon. So I am warning you. I'm going to make sure that I warn you like every 4th week that, hey, the full moon is coming. Watch your emotions. All right. Diamond, he said, now you already know the kind of day I've had. And you said, yikes. Lori said, yikes, you're leaving for the day. I'm trying to tell you, the full moon starts messing with you. Diamond, you were not the only one today. It started early. It started, people were in tears first thing this morning. Okay, so it wasn't even just you. And it does affect you. People that think that it does not affect you. But if the moon can affect the tides in the ocean, and we are like, what, 90% water, yeah, it's gonna affect us too. Okay, especially women, because we are very much in tune with the cycles of the moon. Okay, our cycles are 28 days, the moon cycle's 28 days. It just works together like that. So if you are really like really feeling it, you're like, why am I feeling like this? Check and see if it's about to be the full moon. Okay, Felicia, you didn't know that? I'm glad I can tell you. I'm glad I can share it with you, because for real, it will throw you off if you don't recognize it. And sometimes I'll be ready to argue. I'll be like, why am I arguing over that? That's stupid. Oh, okay, it's the full moon. All right, I got it. It happens to me. It happens to me too. All right. Speaking of cycle star day too, yes, because we're in flow with the moon. Yes. So yeah, that was partially why you picked that hill to die on this morning. But that too, your cycle, you need to pay attention to your cycle and the period of time in your cycle where you're going to be nuts. Okay. You got to start writing that down. Write that down in your journal, so that, like, mark it off in your calendar, so that you know in the week ahead, not the week of. Because the week ahead, you're more rational about it. The week of, you're going to be like, that's not why I feel like that. You're gonna think, you're gonna believe that, but it's not gonna be true. Right? So mark it down like the week before you start to trip out, and you'll know it's coming, and then you won't freak out so bad. All right. Um. Oh, Lori, yeah, you give her hugs. Yes. You gotta send all the love out to everybody feeling affected by the moon. I promise you, it will pass. You just gotta, like, ride it out when it's coming. All right. So I wanted to make sure I reminded you of that. All right, let's see. Did Thirsty Thursday? Ooh, let's do our cards. Let's do the and deck. Let's do a few of these. This is the and deck, the healing edition. You can get this from theskindeep.com. Allie said last week she got this game and they haven't been able to stop playing. This is an excellent game for you to play with your honey when you want to talk to him, because of course you want to talk and you want to feel more intimacy. But if you are asking about the infidelity, you're going to end up starting an argument. So these are good questions to ask instead of those. Felicia said, is it every month the moon come out? Yes, every month. Every about 28 days, the moon is going to be full. There are calendars that you can get that will show you. A matter of fact, I think on Google it'll do it too. But just look up full moon and, like, mark it down on your calendar and give yourself a little warning, because it will affect you. It does. The 3 days before, I'm just sleepy. It just pulls on me and makes me tired, and I want to sleep like all day. I could sleep all day long, and then the day after the full moon, I'm fine. Everything is okay. I'm back to myself. But those 3 days ahead, I'm exhausted. I'm sleepy as all get out for the last couple of days. You said, Laura, you said I don't have the issue, but I swear it still affects me. It does. Even okay, I'll tell you this, Lori. I'm on birth control that stops my cycle, but it does not matter. When I'm about to get my shot, I'm still all emotional. It still comes. Even if you're even been through menopause, any of that type of stuff, it will still affect you. You are still in cycle with the earth, with the moon. You are still doing it. So even if you don't have to deal with that in particular, you're still going to have those moods. Becky says springtime changes trigger your mania. Oh, yes, that's another thing. That's another thing. I always have to watch my husband. He's bipolar too. And the change in the seasons, that change in the weather will set you off too. That's where seasonal affective disorder comes from. When it starts getting dark too early and you don't have enough sun during the day and you get all depressed, that's where that comes from. So our earth, all around us, all of this affects us. We got to just pay attention to it. Since I started paying attention to just when the new moon and the full moon, just when, like, the new moon, I seem to be much higher energy. I can do more. I can get more accomplished. I feel clearer. On the full moon, it's like rest time. It is time to rest. Don't talk to a whole bunch of people. Don't get all emotional, because you're liable to sound a little crazy, and just rest up and chill until, that passes by. Just learning that about myself has helped me tremendously with my own mood even me right on out. So be paying attention to that, to the weather, when the weather really flips on you and changes, and like every month as the moon is going through. He said, Really said, oh my God, I thought I was going crazy. I know, right? It feels like it. He said, I tend to get emotionally happy and my hormones get higher when I smell spring air. It happens to lots and lots of people. Bipolar people especially get a little manic, get a little up there because the weather changed on them. It happens all the time. All right. So let's do a couple questions from the end deck. This is good stuff just to be able to talk about something other than the infidelity. I know you want answers to those questions, but really, you don't want answers to those questions. I promise you, nothing that he's going to say is going to make it better. Okay. There's nothing that he could tell you, no detail that you could know, no transparency that you could have to make you feel okay about it. All right. So let's skip over that and get to something a little bit more productive. All right. So let's see. When do you miss me most? That is a good question, right? When do you miss me most? And you know what he's going to say? I'm going to tell you exactly what he's going to say. When I get to be away from you. That's what he's going to say. He's going to tell you that because that's when he gets to miss you the most. He gets to miss you when he's away from you, not totally in touch with you. He's going to miss you a ton. So, and when do you miss him most? Think about that. He said, what's the website? The website is theskindeep.com. That's what it is. And there's a whole bunch of different decks for parents and children. There's ones for couples that have been together long term. It's all sorts of different ones up there, and they're really good decks. These are excellent questions. They give me something. I haven't even gone through the entire deck yet, and they give me great questions every time I do that. So let's see. Another one is, what's your biggest source of pain right now? That is something we definitely didn't know. We're going to talk about that too. That's the part of the dreams formula that we're on. The why they do the things that they do. Guess what? Most of the time, it's about pain. So if you understand their pain, you're going to understand exactly why they did what they did. And you're going to feel a little bit better. You'll feel a little bit more empathetic when you come at it from a perspective of it wasn't hurtful. It wasn't trying to disrespect you. It wasn't saying that they don't love you. It is saying that they are hurting and they were just trying to get out of pain. When you can understand it on that level, it feels a lot better. It feels like, okay, that's what this was about. It wasn't about me. It was about them. And it can clear up a lot of stuff for you. And then one more. So in what ways do you think I see life differently than you do? That's a good deep question to ask. That's a good one to have in your pocket. In what ways do you, there you go, think I see life differently than you? All right. So those are excellent questions. So ask those to your honey instead of asking about the affair. All right. It'll be much better for you. You'll feel much better after that conversation than you would after you got a whole bunch of details that you really don't want. All right. All right. So let's get into talking about the dreams formula. You know, that is my formula. That is what I came up with for the things that I did myself personally to help myself heal after my husband's infidelity. Okay. I got my brain together and figured out the things that I was doing that actually helped me and put it into the formula for you. So we did the D a couple weeks ago, which is the decision. You have to make up your mind that this is the person that you want to expend this energy on. This person is worth it for you. I don't know what makes it worth it. Okay. I am not judging that. Whatever you say makes him worth it. I believe you. All right. I am fully on your side. If you say that he is worth it, damn it, he must be worth it because you wouldn't be picking somebody that you didn't think was worth it. I feel you on that. I am agreeing with you on that. What they say in church, we're going to touch and agree on that he's worth it. All right. But you just got to make the decision that is the truth. Then we've got the R, which is recognizing and overcoming the fear speech. There's stuff that goes on in your head and there's stuff that other people say to you that is all based in fear. That's all based in the fear that you're going to be hurt again and that you should be careful and that you shouldn't open your heart up to them again and you should never trust them again. All of that is all fear speech. All of that stuff that is going on in your head is just stuff that will try to lead you away from reconciliation. It'll try and lead you away from just loving on the person that you love. So to this week, leading up to the Trust Issues Challenge, I'm doing one a week. This week is the E. And the E of the dreams formula is um, examining the why. We have to figure out why, right? Isn't that something that you keep asking yourself? Why did he do this? Why was this a good thing for him to do? Why did he not think of me? Why was he so wrapped up in whatever was going on with him that he felt like this was a good thing to do? All right. And again, that answer is pain. In some way, shape, or form, I have not found anybody where it wasn't some kind of pain yet. I haven't stumbled across that. There are sociopaths out there. There are people who just don't have feelings and they do whatever they want because they feel like it, but you all are not with those guys, okay? For them, every woman that I've talked to, you are not dating a sociopath, you are not dating a narcissist, because people overuse that too. The whole narcissist thing, that is a clinical diagnosis. I've met like 2 narcissists in like 20 years of nursing, and trust me, you will know there is something up with those people immediately. Okay, it is not something that they can just hide forever. There is something off about them when you first meet them. And so if you fell in love with this person, chances are they weren't a narcissist. Okay, I know people will tell you, no, that sounds just like you're a narcissist. No, that is a clinical diagnosis. Don't be running around trying to do clinical diagnosis on people, okay? Felicia, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know why people got so stuck on the whole narcissist label, but most people are not, okay? All right, but anyway, the why usually comes down to some sort of pain that they were in. Okay, they are lashing out in some way because they are hurting in some way. So these 3 things, these are the 3 that usually come up, and like most people fit into these 3 categories. Okay, got sick, like really sick. Sick is something is physically wrong with you. I all sorts of things. It could be cancer, it could be a heart attack, it could be an autoimmune disorder, it could be depression, anxiety, other mental illness. It could be their hormones. There is something physically changing about their body that is making them feel bad, making them feel sad, and making them want to do whatever they can to feel better. Okay. Then there is sad, which is a loss of some kind. We've all gone through quite a few losses in the last like couple of years, haven't we? This COVID thing has been hard. This everything got turned upside down about our lives. We lost things. We lost things that we really, really wanted. So everybody's experiencing that right now. Everybody's going through that. It could be more than that too. They could have lost a family member. They could have felt like they've lost themselves. They could feel like they've lost you. It's a loss of some kind, and that's making that sadness this hole that they feel like they can fill up with sex. All right. Then there is stupid, and stupid's not what you think it is. Stupid is the stupid things that we're told about being in relationships with one another. We do not, a lot of the things that people will tell you about being in relationships are not really true. They're not, it's not as easy as people make it out to be. Trying to deal with another person is a whole nother level of understanding. So, people will tell you things about how to be in relationships that are dumb, especially men. Men, when they're teenagers, they tell them, oh, well, you got a girlfriend, and how come you aren't having sex? And how come you're not having sex with lots of girls right now? All sorts of weird stuff they tell people as they're growing up. This can also be like your friends and family members, the people that you look up to, what examples that they leave for you as far as relationships. Your dad cheated on your mom cheated on your dad, all that type of stuff is just stupid things that you've seen that make you feel like that's normal in a relationship. All right. So all 3 of those things. Felicia said used to feel like he must have had fun. He wasn't hurt when he did what he did, and he kept doing it. Exactly. But the thing is, people do drugs. People do drugs usually to numb some sort of pain. It's not fun after like the first time. The first time is great. The time after that, you're doing it just to fix the pain. And it's not enough. Most of the time, if you are trying to medicate your pain away, it becomes like less and less effective. And so they keep doing it because they want to get back to that first feeling when it felt better. That's exactly how it works with drugs, and that's how it works with a lot of people cheating. So it's that cycle that over and over again that they do this. So sick, sad, stupid. Now, this can be one of these, or this could be a combination of the three, okay? There could be levels to it. All right. They could have some sadness. They could have experienced a loss. They lost their mom. They lost their grandmother. Then there is the stupid of they saw their dad cheat on their mom, and he always had a girl on the side. And there is the sick of they have depression and they have anxiety. And all of those things swirl together and become this perfect storm of it's okay for me to cheat because it will make me feel better. I won't feel so bad about all these other things if I focus on, like, they're very much about being present and being in their bodies. And that's why I tell you about the deep breathing, to be present in your body, but they take it a little too far with the whole cheating thing. All right. So those are the reasons. Let me know if you got any questions about those, but those are the basic reasons that I have found, that I have kept coming across time after time after time, that it has something to do with one of those categories. Now, did I say that it had to do anything with you? I did not, did I? No. You know why? Because it doesn't have anything to do with you. It never had anything to do with you. What people do is about them. Period. You can say that somebody made you do something. You can say that, but the simple fact is, if you say, oh, well, this person told me that I should go rob a bank, they're not going to be the one in court. They're not going to be the one in jail, okay? You can say they made you do it, but if you just listened to them and you went and did it, you did it, okay? So it's not about anything other than them. It is about their own issues. It is not about you. It is not about anything that you did or you did not do. Now, that is not to say that you couldn't improve. Every single one of us can be better. All right. And this process of healing is a great time to just go ahead and do better. Be working on getting better. If there are things that you have seen that you did that probably weren't great for the relationship, but didn't make him do anything, but I could work on that part. Now is the time to do it. Now is the time to work on that and work on your own self-esteem and work on your own issues, so that when you get back together to the point where you are feeling trusting, you don't have anything to throw you off. You're doing your part. They're probably going to be doing their part, and you're going to start to climb together. Things are going to start to go well. All right. That being said, let me also remind you of another little pitfall. When things are going well, that is when things blow up. Okay. So just remind yourself, when things are going well, don't back away from it. Don't throw a wall back up because of it, but expect that some stupid argument is going to come up. Okay. Expect that something dumb is going to happen and it's going to start to shake your resolve. That's what it's for. That's how you know you're on the right track. When something comes up and it throws you, that's how you know that you were doing the right thing. You were doing okay. So you just stick with what you were doing. Stick with the thing that was working, and don't worry so much about the disruption that came, that distraction to try and mess with you, okay? You said, amen. I swear I love your words. It's so true and comforting. Oh, thank you. I only try and tell you the truth. I try and always tell you exactly what the truth is. And it's easy when you hear it. It's easy when you are in other groups and you're talking to other people and they're saying terrible things. It's easy to feel like that's the truth because of the fear speech. But when you're talking to me, you hear me and you're like, that sounds like the truth. And you can tell what the truth is, even in your trauma, even in your stress. You can hear it and you can be comforted by it. So I'm glad I can do that for you. So remember that what I'm saying is the truth, and what your brain is screaming at you more than likely is a lie. Okay. He said, I'm good for that. I get scared when it's too good. I know, right? It's scary. You're like, I'm open again and I'm all excited about him and I'm all happy. And what if he does something to hurt me again? Okay, let's just say this. He is. Okay? Let me just tell you that. I promise you, when things are going well, guess what? I was looking at Tom Hanks, a TikTok with Tom Hanks, and he said, I wish I had known earlier that this too will pass. It does not matter what's going on. If you're having a horrible time, if things are going terribly, nobody loves you, nobody's paying attention to you, nobody knows who you are, this too shall pass. If you are having a wonderful time, if things are going great, everything is wonderful in your life, you think you know all the answers, this too shall pass, okay? Nothing stays the same forever. You got to anticipate that it's going to switch up on you and know what the plan is for going forward. Okay, that's the trick of it, is knowing that sometimes you're going to be high, flying high, feeling good, and then that roller coaster is going to start to go down. You've got to know what to do emotionally when that starts to happen. All right, hope that makes sense. All right, let's see. What else do I have? Did self-care, talked about that. Y'all got any questions? Comments, thoughts, complaints? I am here for you. I will answer your questions. Whatever you got going on, let me know and I will tell you. All right, let's see. Let's see if there's a question or two I can answer from the group, because I didn't see anybody post every week. I try and do it at 8 o'clock the night before, like 8 o'clock last night, but I didn't make it, so I did it at midnight the last night. But there's always going to be a post every Thursday about what you want to talk about. So if you're just now getting to me, you've never seen me before, never done a live with me before, you can always ahead of time just post in that, or in the event there's another post that says that, and you can just ask me questions. You can tell me what you want to know about and I will talk about it right here live. I certainly will. Let's see. Oh, this was a good one. This one came in the group earlier, a couple days ago. This was an anonymous post. It said, back in August, I found out my boyfriend of 4 years had been cheating on me. At the time, I was 8 months pregnant with his baby, and I decided to stay because I truly loved him. I don't have any suspicions of him cheating on me again, but I can't help but want to get him back. Ooh, I want him to feel the same thing I felt when I found out. I know it's not right to do the same thing he did to me, but I think it will help me feel better. And let me tell you, no, it will not. Okay. If cheating is wrong, all right, it's wrong if you do it too. It's wrong if you do it in revenge. It's wrong if you do it back. It is still wrong. That's the whole thing about this. And doing something wrong on purpose, doing something that you know doesn't sit right with you anyway, but doing it anyway makes you a big hypocrite, number one. And then you can never argue about it again. You can never talk about it again because you got your get back already. You had sex with somebody else. You can't say another word about it because you've gotten the get back already. Nothing more you can do. You can't say anything. You can't talk about it. You can't feel any kind of way because that's the end. That's all that can happen is he felt the same way that you felt. That's it. The end. There's nothing beyond that. So you're setting yourself up to not be able to talk about it anymore, to not be able to actually heal from it because you've interrupted that whole healing process. So don't cheat back. It's not good for you. It's not healthy. And if cheating is wrong, it's wrong for everybody. It's not just wrong for them. Okay. And when you look at somebody and be like, well, this is wrong when you did this, but it's okay that I did it. And doing it for the reasons of hurting them, when chances are they weren't doing it to hurt you. They were doing it because the inside of them was hurting. And that's what the understanding that why and trying to come to some kind of compassion about it is so important, because if you can understand that they didn't do it to hurt you, then you can recognize that, oh, I don't have to do it to hurt them back. That was not their point. That was not what they were going for. They were not intending to hurt me like that. And so then, it's a totally different reason then. It is just, I want to tell you about it. Chances are he didn't want to tell you about it. He wasn't trying to have you find out at all. but you are doing it with the intention of telling him and making him find out about it and making him hurt about it. So that is a little bit different. That's not a very nice thing to do. So don't do that. All right. Oh, Megan. Megan, you gave me some Thirsty Thursday. Tell me about it. Let me see. You said, my husband, for the first time in years, when I hugged him, he lifted me up in the air. Oh, it was just like you see in the movies. Well, at least it felt that way. Best part is I caught him looking down at the house of where the AP lives after he did it. No idea if she saw us, but as I was not paying attention toward that way, my hubby was flirting with me in the middle of the street and making it known like, hey, this is my woman. I'm with her. And that's all there is to it. So get over it. I know that's right. Oh, so good when they're like that, isn't it? It said, and he kept looking down that way. So that is a big win for me, because when we were out on the street before last year, he would have been reversed and reserved and not cause a big scene and not want to be flirty at all. So it was nice to see him being like that in public, especially the AP can see you. She can see you from down the street. She can hate on you from there. I love it. I love that, Megan. I'm so glad to hear about that. Excellent. That is a wonderful thing. Oh goodness. And Megan, I saw you last night and then you disappeared. What happened? You didn't come to the meeting. Come to the meeting. You gotta come to the meetings on Wednesday, girl. It's good stuff. That's an excellent group. If you are thinking about it, you need to come join my recovery and reconciliation group. If you got like a grip on it, you're not at the point of like devastation anymore. You feel like you're starting to work on getting your emotions together. This is an excellent, most excellent group of women who are very supportive, gives you incredibly insightful things that they are going through themselves. So come join. If you're interested, let me know. Okay, what else? That said, I feel like I'm doing pretty good at being loving, but sometimes my fear speech makes me feel distrust and I can't ever look at him. Well, yeah, the fear speech is like that, but when you notice yourself resisting, that's how you know. When you are pulling back, when you're like, I don't want to look at you, I don't want to touch you, I don't want to be around you. That is the fear. That's the anxiety. And so whatever that feeling is telling you, you do the opposite. And when it's like, I can't even look at him, you just look at him. Look at him with love. Look at him with love. Look at him the way you looked at him the other night on that bike. That's what you need to do. Look at him like that. Remind yourself of how you feel about him positively. Because yes, he did wrong, but he has been doing all sorts of good stuff to make up for it. And he's been really trying. So try and see him like that. If you're feeling distrusting, like we talked about last night, do the trusting thing anyway. You can feel however you want to feel. It is fine. There is nothing wrong with however you were feeling in the moment. The only problem comes in where you act upon those negative feelings and don't do the positive thing. That's the loving thing. That's the trusting thing. That's the open and honest thing. When you are doing that, when you are listening to the fear and doing what it tells you to do, you're not being loving yourself. And so then you can't really say too much about him, because then that makes you a hypocrite. And I hate to be a hypocrite. I'm trying to tell you, I want the moral high ground at all times. I want to be right. And so then that really affects your behavior when you really want to be right, and you got to be doing the right thing on a regular basis. Okay. Oh, let's see. Felicia said, I felt that way about cheating back. How about when you think he's doing something wrong, so you feel like you like do something because you never know? Well, see, that's the whole thing. Okay, if he's wrong, then you doing wrong is not okay just because he did wrong. That was one of the things that I did like at the end of last year. I was saying that you have to look out for justifying yourself. You're saying, I do this because. That is justification. That is saying that even though I wouldn't normally do this, even though I know that it's the wrong thing to do, I could do it because he did this. He did something X, Y, Z, whatever it is. When you do that and allow yourself to do that, then you're saying that that's how the game is played. If they feel some kind of way, even if you haven't done anything, but they just never know, then they can just do whatever they want. That's not the way you want to play this, is it? That seems like kind of a nerve-wracking game to play. So the fact is, just do the right things. Do the right things for loving, trusting relationship every time you get the opportunity. And then you are an example. You're not just preaching to him at that point. You are showing him what you're talking about. And that is a whole nother level. Men understand very well on an action-based level. When you're talking about it, they don't get it as much. But when you show them, then they understand it a whole lot better. So I need you to do that. I need you to show him the right thing and not the wrong thing just because you feel like you're justified in doing it. You are not justified. Okay, that's the other thing that you got to keep in mind. You are not justified in doing the wrong thing just because you feel some kind of way. You are still responsible for your own emotions. Like the meme says, you are not responsible for the wound, but you are responsible for your own healing. So if you're doing things that are going to jab the wound open even more, make you feel bad, make him feel bad, then you are choosing that. You are making a decision. That's, again, coming back to the first step of the dreams formula. You are making a decision to do that. You are not being forced. You are not being coerced. You are choosing it. And so then you can't really say too much about him making bad choices if you're making bad choices. It messes you up. Again, like why I like to have the moral high ground. I like to be doing the right thing regardless. So I can never be caught out there. I can never be caught doing the wrong thing. I can never be caught slipping. All right. Hope that makes sense. That used to thank you. You're so welcome. I'm glad that makes sense. Glad that makes sense. All right, let's see. Anything else? Got any other questions? Anything else going on? Anything you're excited about you want to tell me before I get ready to go here? I love it. I love having you all with me. This is always like one of the best times of my week. I anticipate this all day long. I get excited about it. And I'm anticipating the Trust Issues Challenge, okay? It's so much fun to do. Somebody here I know has done the Trust Issues Challenge before. Now, I'm pretty sure you've done it before. You tell them about coming and do the Trust Issues Challenge. It's so good. It's every single day working on your trust. If you are having difficulty with that, you can't find it, you can't figure out how to exercise it, you can't figure out what the trusting thing is, I will give you challenges every day. Every day you will be working on that trust, working towards opening yourself up and trusting again. So if you have not signed up for it, it is in my link tree on Instagram. It is in the Love After Cheating group on Facebook. Go sign up for it. All I need is your name and your email address. That's it. That's all I need. And if you are, it's so enlightening. It is, right? It's a wonderful thing. Oh, wait, I got more comments. Hey. All right. Tina, hi. You said that's what I'm worried about. It never fails when things are great. Something goes wrong with us. Like he sabotages it. I know, right? And it's not even him. It's the fact that you are feeling like your walls are down. And so the alarms start going off. And then you are the one that's probably sabotaging it. You're probably starting an argument for no reason because your walls are down a little bit. And your brain is like, we let him close. Oh my God. Why did we let him close again? Start an argument. Okay. So it does that. Don't stress about it. Just recognize that that's what you're doing and change that behavior. You also said, I feel like all the men in my man's life are cheaters. I missed this earlier. You're talking about this earlier. And said that's all he is surrounded with. That's all he knows. That's what he was taught. I know he knows it's wrong. I know it isn't cheating now. I know he isn't cheating now, but I hate that influence is always going to be around because it's his family environment. And I have to learn to trust that he will do the right thing, knowing that he did wrong things in the past repeatedly. Yes, but that's part of trust. Isn't that a good example of how you just have to go ahead and trust the person that you love? They will have bad influences. We all do. We all have influences that inspire us to do the wrong thing, and we have influences that inspire us to do the right thing. And he has to look at, hey, are these people happy? Ask him that. If he starts to act up again, ask him that. The people that you are modeling, the people that you are having these, you're doing what they would do. Are they happy? Are they with their honey right now? Do they feel like they are in a happy, secure, safe relationship? Chances are they're not. So if you help them recognize that, a lot of time it's a little easier. Charmene, I missed that too. I don't know why it didn't show up at first. Said I always make myself available to take his calls and visit him during his breaks when he invites me. Sometimes I feel like I need to make myself less available because he finds time to do what he wants anyway. But then he's more distant and not as romantic. I don't understand. I thought distance makes people miss each other more. Well, if he's calling you and he's asking you to spend time and you are choosing not to, then yeah, the distance doesn't work then. If he just needs some distance and he's not asking for you and you don't feel like you need to run over and be with him on his break, okay, that's one thing. But if he's asking you to do it and he's like, I want to see you, I want to be with you, and you're like, no, I'm going to stay home and wash my hair. It's a little bit disconcerting. It makes them feel like you don't want to be around me. You don't want to spend time with me. So it's kind of one of those things you got to be a little careful about. The distance thing will work. Um, it will make you feel a little closer to one another. But if they're asking for you and they want to spend time with you and you are purposely trying to create that distance, then yeah, it's gonna create an argument. They're gonna be a little annoyed. They're not gonna feel real good because they don't have you right there. They want you. They miss you. They love you. You just make sure that you got other stuff going on. If you are already in the middle of doing something when he calls, he's like, "Oh, come up here and be with me on my break." Be like, "Oh, babe, I wish I could do that, but I am right in the middle of X, Y, and Z." So if you're already doing something, then you can chit chat with him on the phone for a few minutes, get off the phone, and let him know, "Oh, I will try and catch you the next time. I'm so sorry about that, honey, but I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you in the meantime. I love you. I'm so glad that you called. I'm so glad that you wanted me to be there." If you're already doing something else, then you have an excuse. But if you're not doing anything else and you want to see him, go see him. Right? Oh, Tina, hey. All right, let's see. Anything else? Let me see if I missed anything else. I don't think I did, although it just popped up on me. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I got all of that. All right. Any other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints, anything going on? Anything else I need to know? Anything else you need my help with? And I'm here for you. You can hit me up. Felicia, you said I want to sign up. You're already in my group. Oh, you got to sign up for the Trust Issue Challenge. I was going to say, you're already in the weekly group. Yes, sign up for the Trust Issue Challenge. Go in the group, sign up for that. Check on Instagram. Make sure it's in my link tree. I'm pretty sure I put it in there. I hope it's in there. I would feel really stupid if I didn't put it in there 2 weeks ago. But yeah, let me know if it's in there. You said your trust goes up and down. It's like that. It's like it gets a little weaker sometimes, it gets a little stronger sometimes. But I promise you, if you work on it consistently, it's like any other muscle. You keep on working out with that muscle, keep working out with the resistance, you're going to build the muscle. The muscle is going to get stronger, it's going to get bigger. So it's okay if it goes up and down right now. If anybody is having that problem, your trust goes up, it goes down. And if you're having the problem where you just don't trust at all and you just don't feel any of it, all of that is perfect for the Trust Issues Challenge. Come join me for that. Come join in on the fun so that you can work on your trust every single solitary day for an entire week. Get to work with me for a whole week. It's not just like one hour a week. It is going to be an entire week of seeing me first thing in the morning. Seeing me, what is it? 10, I think I made it 10 o'clock, 10 Eastern Standard Time. And if you can't catch it first thing in the morning, that's fine. Catch it on the replay. But it's just a solid week of not a long session. It's only maybe about 20 minutes per session. But you'll be working with me all week, working on your trust, getting that back. So come join me. Sign up for the Trust Issues Challenge. I will put it at the bottom of the video on Facebook so you can find it. But it's in several places already. So just look for it. Trust Issues. It is up here. And we are going to have fun come the week of April 4th through the 8th working on our trust issues. All right. Whoo. I've talked a lot. All right. I think that's about it. I think that's all. Let me see. I don't see any other comments. All right. I think that's about it. So I've had a lovely time talking to each and every one of you this afternoon. Charmaine, oh, thank you. Thank you for being here. You're so welcome. This is what I love to do. I am transitioning over. This it is happening now. I am transitioning from being a nurse as my profession to being a relationship coach as my profession. I am excited about it. I am so happy about it, and I love every bit of it. Who was it? Somebody said today that, well, no, a couple people said today, it was like, I feel like you're going to be sick of us. I feel like you're going to be sick of me calling you. I feel like you're going to be sick of giving me advice. I'm never sick of that. Okay. I love every minute of it. I love being able to tell you this stuff and to help you understand this in a different way so that you can get on the healing path, so you can actually get to the place that you are healed and you are whole and you are a trusting, happy woman again. You deserve that. You deserve that in your life. So I want you to take hold of it and go for it. All right. Let's see an affirmation for today. How about this? I give myself permission to kick ass. How about that? Instead of feeling like you're always doing the worst, you can kick ass every day in all ways, shapes, and forms. All right. It's not just about fighting, it's about fighting for what you want. All right. So I want you to wake up every morning and decide that you're gonna kick ass this week. Okay. I want you to do that for me. All right. I guess that's about it. I think that's all. I'm so glad that you were here with me today. And next week, I will be with you again on the 24th of March, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Healing Hour Live. As of tonight, go forth, get your little St. Patrick's Day drink on and have some fun with your honey. And if you need me, I am here for you. Message me, Love Coach Dasha, on everything. Just hit me up and I got answers for your questions, okay? Alrighty, y'all. That's about it. I will see you again next week, okay? Make healing choices. Don't do what the fear tells you to do. All right? All right. I think that's about it. Bye.